Okay, so here is some array practice, and we're just going to go over this. The answers are there, but if you want to see how you get the answers, we're going to do that right now. So in number one, we declare an array of ints called m, right? And we're going to use an initializer list to assign the values. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 integers indexed 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 integers index 0 to 6. So we're simply going to output the integer at index 3 from m. So 0, 1, 2, 3. That's the 8. So that's going to output 8 and then a space. M index 0 is the first one. That's 6. And then M index 6, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is that 7. 8, 6, 7. Real simple. All right. The next one, we have an array of doubles called X, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 decimal numbers, index 0 to 3. So, what's the problem with this? Well, there is no index 4, right? There are 4 values, but it's only the highest index is 3. And of course, there's no index 8. So this is going to be an error. Error on both accounts. No index 4, no index 8. All right, so they have a double ratings. And I use an initializer list to set the values. And then we have a fun for loop. I'm going to start the loop at 0. While 0 is less than 11, well, that's true. I'm going to simply output. So I'm going to output ratings index 0 first, and that's going to be 4.2. And then a space. And then C is going to increase by 2. 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 is less than 11. 0, 1, 2. Index 2 is 5, the third element. And then we're going to do this up to 10. So we're going to go 0, that's that. 1, 2, that's that. 3, 4, that's 4.33 is index 4 for the fifth element. And for index 5, 6 is 9.0. 7, 8 is 7.7. And then 10 is 5.5. And at that point, C becomes 12, and then 12 is not less than 11, so it stops. So there's the answer for number 3. Number 4, I have an array of characters, single characters, called my symbols. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 6 elements, index 0 through 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to start at C is going to be 4. 4 is greater than or equal to 1, yes. So I'm going to output my symbols index 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is the Y. So I'm going to output the Y, and then and actually it's going to be on the next line. I'm going to put a space here, but it would be on the next line because I'm ending L. And then C is going to decrease by 1, right? C minus minus is the same as C equals C minus 1. So C is going to become 3. 3 is greater than or equal to 1, yes. So I'm going to output my symbols index 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. That's a percent sign. And again, this would be on the next line. And then C becomes 2. 2 is greater than or equal to 1, yes. 0, 1, 2. That's the R. On the next line, C becomes 1. And 1 is greater than or equal to 1. I'm going to output my symbols index 1, which is the dollar sign. And then C becomes 0, and 0 is not greater than or equal to 1. So there it is. That's the answer to number 4. This one here, right? I have the same situation as before. But the for loop is not going to run because C is going to start at 0. 0 is not greater than 5. So I'm not going to run any of this loop. but there is a line of code here. So I'm going to output my symbols index 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's the less than sign. That's this guy. Number 6. I have the same situation as before. C is going to start at 0. Well, 0 is less than or equal to 3, yes. So I'm going to output my symbols index 0, which is the P, capital P, and then a space. C becomes C++, means I'm going to add 1 to C. C becomes 1. 1 is less than or equal to 3, yes. So I'm going to output the $sign. And then a space. C becomes 2. 0, 1, 2. That's the R space. C becomes 3. 3 is less than or equal to 3, and this is the last time this is going to run. My symbol's index 3. 0, 1, 2, 3 is the percent sign. And then C becomes 4, and 4 is not less than or equal to 3. So we exit the loop, and then there's no code underneath the loop. All right, so it's going to get a little more involved here, but I have an array of integers, 6321371, index from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I have an integer called sum set to 0, and I'm going to say sum for each iteration of the loop. I'm going to say sum equals the old sum plus my num's index, whatever C is. Well, C is going to be 0 to start. So my num's index 0 is 6. The old sum is 0. 0 plus 6 is 6. Right? So I'm just going to write, this is not my output, but I'm going to write 6 up here. And then I'm going to add to that, right? Well, C is going to become 2. So 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 is less than 7. I'm going to say sum plus my num's index 2. Well, sum is now 6, right? My num's index 2, 0, 1, 2 is 2. So 6 plus 2 is 8. So sum is now 8. C becomes 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 is less than 7. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 3. 8 plus 3 is 11. C becomes 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Well, index 6 is going to be 1. The old sum is 11 plus my num's index 6, which is 1. 11 plus 1 is 12. And then C becomes 8, and 8 is not less than 7. So we end the loop, and we're going to see out the sum is, and the sum was 12. So the sum is 12. There's the answer to number 7. Number 8. I'm going to start with an array of ints. Right? When we don't use an initializer list, we have to put the number of ints that are in there, or the number of elements. In this case, I have an array of integers, 5 integers that aren't assigned yet. Then I have another integer called sum. I set that to 0, and then I'm going to loop 5 times. C is going to be 0, and it's going to go by 1. So C is going to go from 0 to 4 by 1s. Every time this iterates, it's going to say enter an integer, right? And then I'm going to have a user input the first element of my nums. My num's index 0. Then it's going to go again, output, enter an integer. C is going to be 1. I'm going to have a user input my num's index 1. Right? And we're going to assume the person types in this 3, 5, 6, 7, and 3. So that's our array called my nums. Then I'm going to do the same thing that I kind of did before. I'm going to start A at 2, though. Integer called A. 2 is less than 5. I'm going to have sum equals the old sum. Well, that's 0 right now. Plus my num's index 2. Well, my num's index 2 is 0, 1, 2 is 6. So I'm just going to write 6 here. 0 plus 6 is 6. Then it's going to loop again. A plus equals 2 is the same thing as saying A equals A plus 2. So 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 is less than 5. Right? So I'm going to run it. I'm going to say sum, which is now 6, plus my num's index 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 3. 6 plus 3 is 9. Right? And then A becomes 6, and 6 is not less than 5, so we're done. I'm going to C out 9. So that's the answer, 9. Let's double check. Number 8. Right, here's the answer, the full answer to number 8 with all the inputs and everything. And finally, number 9. Int my nums equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 integers, okay, assigned usually using an initializer list. Index 0 to 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to go through most of the array. I'm going to go start my C at 1. So I'm going to start with the 4. And 1 is less than or equal to 5. So I'm going to output my nums, right? Well, my nums index 1 is 4. 4 plus, and C is 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. So that's going to output 5. C is going to be C++. C becomes 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 is less than or equal to 5. So I'm going to output my nums index 2, 0, 1, 2, which is 3. And C right now is 2. 3 plus 2 is also 5. So 5. And technically, these are going to be on the next line. I'm just going to put a space in between them for now. C was 2. C++. We're going to add 1 to C. C is 3. 3 is less than or equal to 5. So I'm going to say my nums index 3 plus 3. So my nums index 3. 0, 1, 2, 3 is 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. Again, on the next line would be 4. C is going to become 4. 4 is less than or equal to 1. 4 is less than or equal to 5. So I'm going to run this. My nums index 4 plus whatever C is, which is 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. And then C is going to become 5, and this is the last time this is going to run because 5 is less than or equal to 5. My nums index 5 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 8. 8 plus C, which is 5, is 13. And then C becomes 6. 6 is not less than or equal to 6. Let's just check the answer there real quick. 5, 5, 4, 10, 13. And then that 37, I think that was added, I added code to that. So don't worry about that 37. So that's the answer. I think I had code in here where I added all these up too. All right, so that's it.